Hi there everyone, I'm bored and I want to make a video, so today I'm going to be telling you guys how you can get into natural horsemanship, positive reinforcement, consent-based training, that kind of stuff. So I know that all this is not the same. Like, I know someone that does consent-based training is not going to also do positive reinforcement, but it is kind of all in the same category. So I'm just going to be telling you guys how I personally started and how just like little things you guys can do that will help to start your natural horsemanship journey, consent-based journey, whatever. So we're just going to be squeezing all of these together. So I think I'm going to start off with my positive reinforcement. First of all, when you do positive reinforcement, make sure you have a treat pouch. You can use a fanny pack or whatever, and if you're not going to be doing positive reinforcement or using your treats, do not have your treat pouch on you, because that will make the horse get confused. Now, I know that I do not do this. I just barely started doing it, but it's going to be a lot easier. And also have a clear communication with your horse as you're doing when you give them the treat. So if you guys have a clicker thing, you can use a clicker, or I personally just go good. Don't say good boy or good girl or good job. Just say good and give them a treat or a click or whatever. Just because that creates like a clear boundary, is that the word? I don't really know. Just clear thing. Oh, and make sure you guys teach your horse food manners, because you will see some positive reinforcement horses who are like nipping at your hand. Zippers does this a tiny bit, but I've been working on it. So what you guys are going to do is you're going to stand. This is how I personally do it. I'm sure there might be a different way. Also, maybe, if you guys, try not to, take everything I say with a grain of salt, as I am, just a little, I'm not a professional horse trainer. I don't really know what I'm doing too much. But this is just some tips I can give you guys, but take everything I say with a grain of salt. So I just stand next to my horse, Zipper, and once he, instead of him looking at me when he has his head straight, he's not looking for a treat. That's why I say good, give him a treat. And then he learns that that's what he's supposed to do, and then then he won't be nipping or looking for treats or whatever. That's all I can think of on the top of my head. So as I talk, there'll be more. So for consent-based training, this one's super easy. What you do is you hold your hand out to ask them before you pet them. Hold your hand out, say, "May I pet you?" You hold your hand out to the horse's muzzle and you say, "May I pet you?" And if they touch your hand, you may pet them, or if they touch you first, either one. Sound a little sus. And then same thing with brushes. You hold the brush out, say, "May I brush you?" You guys also don't have to say, "May I brush you?" This is what I personally do. And if they touch the brush, go ahead and brush them. But if they don't touch the brush, I like to personally rub the brush. So I kind of brush my arm or something, and then they see it's okay. And then if you ask again, they might be a little bit more apt to let you brush them. Another thing is, if I go to brush Teresa with the shedding blade thing and she says no, I'll go back and I'll ask with the soft brush and see if she says yes. And she says yes to the soft brush, I'll brush her with the soft brush, and then I'll come back with the shedding blade and see if her answer is still no. Just what I do. Another thing is to listen to your horse. Whenever you go to put their saddle pad on or bareback pad on or whatever, same thing there. Hold your pad out or whatever. If they touch it, put it on. If they don't touch it, maybe, I don't really know, leave them around for a second, come back again, see. I don't really know. That's, like I said, I don't really know. No. And then here are some overall things you guys should do. If you guys ride with a harsh bit, like a tom thumb, or a snaffle, not saying that snaffles are harsh, but one of those bits where goes up into their oral cavity and pokes them, switch it out for one of these things with a little thing over if your horse does prefer to have a bit. Most horses do prefer to go bitless, but I do know a few horses that do like to have bits. Don't use harsh training methods such as like don't hit your horse, obviously. But also, you guys, there is a difference between hitting your horse for no reason and making sure that you have boundaries with your horse. Okay, that's one thing my mom's like, Emma, you can't, like, sometimes she's a little bit like, don't do this. She's like, Emma, you can't, you're not sending a healer thing with your horse, you're gonna walk over you. Like, no, if a zipper goes to bite, if like your horse goes to bite you or something, especially if you guys are working with this stallion, I feel like that's kind of giving you the like not to like abuse your stallion, but to like, it gives you like, it's okay if you guys set boundaries, or if you're a little bit more sterner with your stallions, like be a little bit more sterner with your 3-year-old stallion than you're going to be with your 25-year-old gelding, right? So yeah, but like, oh yeah, don't be like super mean to your horse, but set boundaries, 100%. Keep your boundaries set, but don't like go out of your way to be mean. Don't use spurs. I'm not against spurs 100%, but if you guys use like harsh spurs, don't. If you guys do have to use spurs, which I personally don't believe that you guys have to use spurs, but you guys are all entitled to your own opinion. You do you. Don't want to cause any fights. If you guys use harsher spurs, maybe switch them out for one of these. I really like them since there's like no harsh like tip thing. So yeah. What else? Make sure your tack fits. That's common knowledge though. My mom says your tack doesn't have to fit unless you're jumping Grand Prix or something like that. What? Huh? What do you mean? But yeah, make sure your tack fits. That's like that's common knowledge. So what else? Also common knowledge, but because most people with like natural horsemanship, you guys are like really like, you're doing this because like you're advocating for like your horse's sandy or whatever. I'm like, well, no, like making sure your horse is the best horse. Don't have your horse in stalls for too long. There are tons of studies done about how stalling can be bad for your horses. I'll try to link some of them if I can remember. I probably won't, because I'm probably like posted like 5 a.m. But I know you guys, some people might not have access to pastures, but if you do, keep your horse out on pasture as long as possible. Once again, that's also common knowledge. But like a little bit more, because obviously advocating for horse welfare, that's the word I was looking for. You're like really into horse welfare or whatever. And then obviously also don't start horses young, but once again, that's also common knowledge. But a little bit more, because like I said, I'm advocating for horse welfare. The age, I would say start a horse at 5 or 6, and don't start jumping a horse till 7 or 8. More advice with Eva. Now, another thing I would recommend if you guys are doing natural horsemanship, consent-based training, positive reinforcement, that kind of stuff, I would 100% recommend doing groundwork and liberty instead of just riding. I would also recommend spending time with your horse, just not really doing anything. Yeah. That's like all my advice. Take this with a grain of salt. Like I said, that saying makes no sense. But take what I say. I don't know, bro. Just if this doesn't work for you, don't come here and like send me death threats. Just be like, I don't know, bro. Those were my tips on how to like become a better person with your horse. Not saying if you guys don't do any of these, you're a bad person. Not saying that at all, but how to like help, whatever. I hope you guys have a nice, awesome day, night, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever. Have a good life. Sure, like and subscribe if you haven't already, if you guys like my content. Yeah. Oh, don't forget to comment and share this with a friend. And tell everyone to subscribe to me. Don't you? Anyways, I'll see you guys on my next video, which will be soon. Bye!